Hi, I'm Emma Walton, an assessment consultant with Pearson. This is part 3 of the Beyond the Screen video series. I've talked about the benefits to a digital model, introduced and demonstrated Q Interactive and Q Global, and now we will go over the subscription options as well as steps and supports for implementation. Districts and private practice have the option of going a pay-per-use route, purchasing inventory as needed, when needed, for however many examiners you need. Districts have the added potential opportunity of going with the Digital Assessment Library, or the DAL as you'll hear it referred to. The Digital Assessment Library for Canadian schools is, of course, a digital-first concept. It is one annual fee once a year as opposed to that pay-per-use model. And it gives you unlimited access for unlimited users to over 40 of our gold standard measures. This option here benefits everyone from the student up to the examiner and the district. With all of this unlimited access, you determine that access and manage that. So you grant access to your users depending on their need and qualification, depending on where you would like to see that access implemented. The Digital Assessment Library provides supports and resources for every discipline. There are portfolios for ability, achievement, behavior, cognitive and executive functioning, mental health, motor and sensory, as well as screeners, and finally, speech and language. All specific assessments can be viewed at the DAL guide there, linked at the top, found on our website, and as always, also through your assessment consultant. The Digital Assessment Library brings numerous benefits for the students. We see increased engagement, although this, of course, is also true for our examiners as their process is streamlined. This is also true for caregivers and teachers completing forms. For the student, we do see equitable access. This is a very important and key feature of the Digital Assessment Library. With this unlimited use for unlimited users, you are facilitating equitable access for your students no matter where they study, and also for your examiners, no matter where they work across the district. Equitable access to supports and assessment is important for our students to help drive their equitable access to learning and promoting their success. For the examiner, we additionally see reduced error in administration and scoring, as well as vast time savings, efficiencies, and flexible access to their resources. With digital, they can access these materials anywhere, anytime. Thinking about the district, we see greater staff productivity, more defensible evaluations, also vast cost and time efficiencies, particularly as it relates to your inventory management. One fee once a year is easier to predict your budget, as well as ordering and managing that inventory. Finally, benefiting everyone, we see a more dynamic and more options in assessment delivery or method. Remote administration, emailing out forms, on-screen administration, all of these different options that we discussed earlier, helping to promote access to components of their assessment for the students, the parents, the teachers, the caregivers, and access to the latest and greatest. So as part of that portfolio that we just reviewed, whenever an assessment is updated, if a third instance updates and the fourth is released, you receive automatic updates and automatic access to those updates with your Digital Assessment Library subscription. Of course, you're wondering, how do you implement such a vast resource? For the platforms themselves, we have webinars, video tutorials, resource library, and the help directory, also guiding you through certain assessments and administrations, a direct IT support line, and your assessment consultant. We are always happy to help guide you through these resources, answer specific questions, as well as consult with you to guide you on our recommendations on how to implement this. Based on our experience with other districts of similar size, we can set you up with referrals or give you recommendations as to how we think this will best implement within the district that you have. While the systems are designed to have an ease of use, you have your assessment consultant to guide you along the way. There are additional trainings available to you completely at your discretion. If you decide that you need additional trainings to go a bit more in depth or help new users familiarize with certain assessments or the platforms, you can, of course, do this at your discretion. Live trainings, whether that be in person or online. With the digital assessment library, the sky really is the limit. You have unlimited potential, and we're excited to help you get that set up so that you can start reaching for the stars with your students.